Hello, this is the Football Fanatic 95 and I'm back on my third video on Football Manager 13. This time carrying on in the young players series, looking at centre backs and who are the best young centre backs to sign on Football Manager 13. I'm going to start today with Chris Smalling from Manchester United. He's injured at the minute on this, so his stats may even go up a little bit straight away. He's only 22. Really good physical stats there, like 15, 16, 17 for jumping. But he is worth 8 mil and he's on a decent wage already. And because he's at Man U, he's going to be really hard to sign because they signed him for 7 million. He plays quite a few games, as you can see, 16 and 19. So I think he'll be quite difficult to sign, to be fair. But if you're Man U, I'd definitely consider rotating him with Ferdinand and Vidic, etc. Another centre back at Man U, this time Phil Jones, is even better. 17 tackling, 16 bravery, 18 determination. He's already a really good centre half, and he's only 20 as well, Phil Jones. He can play a range of positions there, up the middle, and even filling in at right back. He's almost impossible to sign because the fact that he's so good and so young. Again, like Smalling, if you're Man U, rotate him, get him playing as much as possible, because he will go absolutely quality. He'll be one of the best centre-backs on the game, no doubt about that. Again, like Smalling, similar value and wages, so difficult to sign. Next is another one who is absolutely mint, is Kyriakos Papadopoulos at Schalke. Again, can play centre-back but also defensive midfield, and already at 20, mental stats are absolutely amazing. 19 work rate already with 20 bravery and aggression, 19 marking and 18 tackling. Physical are also very good. He's not impossible to sign because he's at Schalke, even though he does play quite a few games we've seen from real life last season. He is really young, he's going to cost you a fair bit, but he's definitely worth signing, and because he's not at a title winning club in Schalke, a good Champions League club, but if you're being a top club, they'll definitely be interested in joining for you for maybe about 15 million, perhaps. I'm not totally sure on that, but he's definitely absolutely world class. Next is a third English young centre back, is Kolka. Not quite as good as Phil Jones, but he's probably on a par with Smalling, with a few shiny blues already in physical there, jumping, and he got heading and bravery. Good because he's at Tottenham, not Man U, which means he's cheaper, on less wages and less market value. Young as well at 20 years old. Definitely one I'd recommend signing. Again, going to be really good in the future. Maybe not as quite good as Jones, but it'll definitely be absolute quality. Another Premier League centre-back is Coates. Mental stats are good because they're all really balanced. He's not weak for any of his mental stats. They're all at least kind of 12, 13, 14, 15. Not anyone that stands out, but he's just quite reliable considering he's quite young. Same with his other stats really. With a good jumping and heading, he's really good in the air, Coates. He's a big threat from set pieces. He's tall, a bit of a unit. He's joined for 7.25 million at Liverpool. So he's going to be not ridiculously difficult to buy, but you'll have to pay probably double that, I'd say, to make a realistic bid. The youngest one I've got on here so far is Nastasic from Man City. Signed this season, so he's going to be difficult to buy. He's on 75k a week, even though he's 19, which is pretty crazy. He's got no shiny blue stats, but as you see, my scout also thinks he's going to be 5 stars. This is for Wolves, so but that's the same as Phil Jones because he is 19, and I think he's quite close with a few stats like 14 tackling and heading, which will go up to be like 16 maybe by the time he's 20, 21. Quite well rounded, not really any weaknesses by the look of it. Looks quite a solid centre back. Quite tall, which is good. Left footed, he's going to maybe benefit to play on the left side of the fence. Second Liverpool player is Danny Wilson. Not the best one, but you can buy him for about 5 or 6 million, I think, sometimes, especially like second season, perhaps. He's only 20 as well, so he's definitely going to improve. He's probably the worst one on the list I've showed so far, but he's still quality. I still say he's probably good enough to reach kind of Champions League quality. One from abroad again is Kara, 22, and you can see, apologies for some of the stats being blacked out, but he's got 17 heading, 18 determination, 16 strength, stamina and fitness. He's an absolute rock in centre back, but he can also play in defensive midfield. That's probably his actual best position. But I've got him on here because I think centre back is where I've played him most of the time because of his strength. And he's quite reasonably fast for a centre back. He's quite good at covering as well. Pick him up because he's playing at Tromsø, so you can pick him up pretty cheap, and I think he's pretty quality, about 3-4 million maybe. To get a range, another foreign one who's going to be pretty cheap because he's playing at Basel is Dragovic. Like Nastasic, he's got no shiny blue stats, but they're all fairly solid really, like 14s and 13s, and he's only 21. Value of only 900k, like I say, so you'll be able to pick him up for a few million. And for that, I think he's quite a good signing if you want to get him rotating, playing a few games, try and get him improve. I think eventually he'll become a class centre back. And the last one for today's video is Jules Okore from Nordsjælland. He's got good, balanced physical stats. Few shiny blues for mental there, with aggression and bravery. Can even play up front, but I wouldn't recommend it. Again, because he's not the best club, he's only 700k market value, so you can probably pick him up for like 4-5 million maybe. He's only 19 as well, very young. I think he'll be a good, strong, kind of quick centre back. I think for the money, he's one of the ones I would recommend because of the fact he's a lot easier to get. People like Smalling and Jones, if you want to buy them, you're going to have to pay about 20 to 30 million. So, and this guy's only probably available for a few million. I think that's what makes him well worth the money. Yeah, and that concludes today's video on young centre backs. Next one's going to be on young full backs. That's going to be left and right backs. So yeah. Please like or comment, subscribe, it's all appreciated, and hopefully you'll see my next video.